In 2022, in this highly competitive market, how are you going to separate yourself as a real estate agent? Hi, my name is Mruwat. I'm with eXp Realty, and I've been licensed since 2009, what many of us know as the downturn. And since then, I've been a productive agent, but I've also coached and trained thousands of real estate agents all over the world. So today I want to share with you 5 ways that you can separate yourself from the pack in order to really separate yourself and be authentic and create a sustainable business, especially in this highly competitive market. So number 1 is going to become a marketer. A lot of us think that we're in the real estate sales space, and of course that's true, but the reality is, I heard this quote a long time ago, that if you own the mind share, you own the market share. So you've got to stay top of mind, and how we do that is, I think this is where a lot of real estate agents get it wrong, is they focus just on branding and marketing alone, and that's almost like throwing a dart at the wall and hoping that it sticks. But how you're going to be able to control the mind share is actually by prospecting. That's where you control the outcome, where you're doing outbound calls, open houses, that you're getting out in the community, building relationships, and that's ultimately where you're going to stay top of mind. The reason why this is so important is in the United States, we have over 1.3 active real estate agents right now. So that means there's a low barrier of entry for most states, and it's super easy to get your real estate license. So there definitely brings a lot of competition with that. So it's very important that you identify what your personal superpower is and then separate yourself from the pack, which really leads me into number 2, which is create clear messaging. And how you're going to do that is, if you've watched any of our other videos, we've talked about identifying your ideal client. That's incredibly important because, as I mentioned, there's 1.3 million active real estate agents in the US, but we don't all have the same ideal client. So once you've identified who your personal ideal client is, that now gives you leverage where you're no longer in competition with all the other real estate agents in your market. So the first part is identifying your ideal client. Now, the second part is, what is your personal superpower? And one of the best ways to identify that is by looking what everybody else is doing and do the complete opposite. Don't rip off and duplicate what everyone else is doing, because you're not going to set yourself up apart from the pack. So what is your personal superpower? And how you can identify that is, once you know your ideal client, you find out what problems they personally have, and then how you personally can solve that problem. Once you have that all in the mix, now you can create crystal clear messaging, and that's where you're going to be able to be really, what leads me into number 3 is be authentic. Clients, buyers, and sellers want to work with people that they like, know, and trust. And I think a lot of times, because we're in real estate sales, we feel like we have to put this mirror on, we have to put this fake facade on and not be our true selves. And the reality is, you can be professional and be authentic at the same time. So people are going to relate to you. They're going to want to work with you because they like, know, and trust you. And especially if you are going after leads that you don't have any previous relationships with, one of the best ways to do that in building that relationship is through video and really introducing yourself and allowing prospects to put a face to the name. So number 4 is be a professional. Guys, I don't care if you've been in real estate for a month, a year, or a decade. The day you got licensed and into the real estate space, this is not a hobby, or nor should it be. You opened your own business. You became the CEO of your own business. And one of the ways that you can be a professional is know your contracts, know your local state regulations and laws, know what you can and can't do. And the reality is many of us are working as sales associates, depending on your state, under a managing broker. With that said, we're still running our own business, and we should know the rules and regulations. We should know the contracts, because we can't help and help and coach and guide these buyers and sellers if we don't know the contracts ourselves. So treat it as a business and be a professional. Last but not least is number 5, confidence and knowledge. The more knowledge you have, likely the more confidence you're going to have. So of course, as I mentioned, buyers want to work with people that they like, know, and trust, but they also want to work with somebody that they feel They have confidence. So energy is a big part of that. I would argue that energy, as Tony Robbins would say, is 80% of your success. How you act, the confidence that you have, the knowledge level that you have. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, real estate is a learn as you go industry, meaning there's no two transactions that are the same. So you do have to be agile and learn to pivot. But with that said, you can definitely prepare yourself by staying on top of trends, by having the knowledge base as far as your contracts, your addendums, the processes, knowing, different types of loans and things that you can offer to your clients. So being a professional and having the knowledge. And so all in all, you have to know what your USP is, your unique selling proposition. What is going to separate yourself from the pack? If you haven't read the book, The Blue Ocean Strategy, I highly, highly recommend it. And it's really, if you think about the ocean, are you going to swim with the other school of fish where everyone else is in the safe zone? Or are you going to go swim out with the sharks in the big, deep blue ocean where you really don't have any competition? So what is your personal compelling offer? Look what everyone else is doing and go the other way. Do the complete opposite. Stay on top of trends, even if it's not something that you're comfortable with, like video. It's something that you must do in your business. So if you need any help or you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you'd like to schedule a free 15-minute strategy session, go ahead and click the link below.